I am a curious being, proposing a critical way of thinking and a critical way of teaching, of knowing to the teachers in order for them to work differently with the students. Necessary to explicitly, to make clear to the kids or to the adults that their way of speaking is as beautiful as our way of speaking. The more they can articulate their voices and their speech in the struggle against injustice. You think that you did not change? No, I changed a lot. I change every day. But some of the central nucleus of my thought, of the understanding of my own presence in the reality. That is, how, for example, could I change the knowledge which or the experience which makes me know that I am curious.
Paulo Freire was a pioneer in developing education that created active learners. Freire draws contrast between the passive recipients of knowledge and the active. Passive learners may be created by the system of banking education that Freire identifies as facts just being deposited into the minds of students, which can lead to a culture of silence, where people are unable to reflect critically upon their world. In contrast to the more desired problem-posing education, which goes beyond just raising awareness and rather works to teach people to link their knowledge to action so they can actively work to change their societies at a local level and beyond. He believed we should be curious beings who practice critical thinking to bring positive change in the world. Freire-type education encourages people to bring their own knowledge and experience into the process and have open dialogue with one another, not as student versus teacher, but as fellow peers with a common goal who share and learn from one another. Why did you decide not to go to college or stop going to college?
The idea of going to college when I didn't know what I wanted to do in life and spending that amount of money seemed a little ridiculous to me. And then beyond that, once I figured that out, I felt that the things I wanted to do in life didn't require me going to college and getting a bachelor's degree.
Thanks, Dylan. Have you heard of banking education?
No, I have not heard of banking education.
Now that you have an understanding of what banking education is, what is your opinion on it?
My opinion on banking education is that's what we have. It's a little ridiculous just because it is the idea of streamlining education. It's just telling students what to do. It's what we do with our state testing rather than introducing any kind of imagination or ingenuity into education.
What are your thoughts on the cost of higher education?
The cost of higher education is definitely out of hand. It's ridiculous that they've created this system that says you have to do this in order to get a job, and if you don't go do it, we're going to judge you on not having this degree, but this degree then costs you $100,000 and you're going to be in debt for quite a while.
What's your ideal learning environment or style?
My ideal learning environment or style would probably be, as you were saying earlier, like a community style in education. Everybody's sitting down around a fire and you're spreading these memories, and it's just learned from generational education. Everybody wants to be there. It's something that you want to partake in rather than it's forced. Your goal is education rather than just taking a test.